And what we found is that the Syrian government really is a master of manipulation when it comes to aid. It has used a variety of techniques to ensure that humanitarian aid goes not to the people who need it most, but the people whom it deems as its loyalists. And so what you see over and over is that there may be a besieged area or an area that the government has just taken over where there is particularly acute need, but the aid doesn't get there because these people are deemed to be politically unsympathetic. And instead the aid goes either to loyalists or it goes to the pockets of government officials and cronies, or in some cases it actually goes to the security forces and ends up funding the machinery of repression that is the primary cause of the humanitarian disaster that humanitarian agencies are trying to address. Every humanitarian agency, or most everyone, wants a part of the action in Damascus. This is where one of the world's largest humanitarian crises is centered, and they all want to be there. The government knows this, and so they say, okay, if you want to play with us, you got to play on our terms. And they say, if you don't do it this way, we'll kick you out and bring somebody else in. There's always somebody else available. And so one of the things that we are recommending is that this dynamic be shifted, and that the international community operate in a more unified manner so that the donors and the humanitarians are in the driver's seat rather than the Syrian government.
3 people leave.
The Syrian, and for that matter, the Russian governments are saying it's safe for everybody to return home. And they want that not because there's any great love for the people who fled the Syrian regime, but rather because it would be a sign of normality and would then facilitate their quest for reconstruction funds from Europe. And there are 2 big obstacles facing returnees. One is the fact that the government has been using a series of decrees and laws to seize their property. And often these reconstruction projects, when you scratch the surface, you see that they're being proposed on land that belongs to somebody else, but has been taken from them without any due process, without any compensation, to the benefit of some government contractor or some crony of Assad.